Hello viewers, Global Window aji apni day 3 of Hornbill Festival. Jun Kisama Heritage Village te luise dade luigina anina se aro yade aji muan apni ekta interesting ekta dikhawole ase mukan gate 1 ra entry mara lot turning laga thick junction de muan bra apni bra yade itu dikhibo parbo which is say no to single use plastic aro itu kila ase nya kuishe gule yade zip India green card aro HMS taikhan itu tinda organization bra milai gina taikhan bra Hornbill Festival Kisama Heritage Village Day waste kiman generate crazy itu taikhan bra manange education digina wet waste aro dry waste kan segregate kurigina taikhan bra yade ahigina tan bra itu segregation process to yade loy aro itu la opore plastic khando dealers kan gibi de aro noishukle cardboard kan idan bi wapas recycle kurole la idan dibi de guishe aro wet waste kan tan bra compost kuri de guishe aro itu bi KMC kan bra bi aina bi othai de guina inya details olo paise to I bi itu la oporitan segregation process to kinya kure aro tai kan la whole itu Kisama Heritage Village tan kinya run crazy itu la opore detail olop sai lobo I bi
Hi, I'm Krimilia Mehta, the founder of Green Guard, one of the parties that's involved in the waste management and segregation of waste in Kisama, the 25th edition of Hornbill 2024. We also have Pelenio from Zub India, who is in there working very hard. We also have Human Matrix Securite from Indore, who's helping us with the awareness, with the educational work that'll be happening in Kisama itself.
Okay, so how many organizations or parties are involved in this waste management?
So there are 3 parties involved. This is a Green Guard initiative, and then we tied up with Human Matrix Securite from Indore, who has helped us with the awareness building about how to educate people on waste management, waste segregation, etc. And we have Zuzub India from Kohima, who's handling us with volunteers for the bins on top and also the waste segregation unit down here.
Okay, so we have observed that you have been stationed here since day 1 of the Hornbill Festival. So we just want to know about the waste that are being brought here. Is the organization assigning a vehicle till the moorings, or they are bringing it down by themselves?
Okay. So we have one vehicle that's ferrying trash. We have we would call it transfer stations. So certain areas in Kisama where we are picking up the waste from the moorings, especially because the hilly terrain, you can't have a vehicle there. So it's being done by hand. We are picking up the waste, bringing it to a transfer station, and from there the vehicle is picking up the waste and bringing it down here for the segregation team to handle.
So also one thing that we noticed last year was during the segregation process, lots of people did not segregate it properly, and it was such a nuisance for the people. For the last year, if I'm not mistaken, it was Nagaland Pollution of Control Board doing the segregation process. So now it is your team doing it. So how far is the segregation done properly by the moorings or the people from up there?
It's a huge challenge. Of course, there are challenges, and understandably so. If you look at the moorings, the amount of people that are coming in, I understand it is very difficult for them. How we are trying to make it easier for them is we have volunteers at the bin, so we provide them with bins, and we have a volunteer station at the bin which makes sure that the tourists don't need to throw it themselves. The tourists will hand it over to the volunteer, and the volunteer is segregating at the source. So the biggest challenge for waste segregation at source, that is even in households when you're throwing trash to be thrown in the respective bins. So what we are doing right now is we are segregating bins into wet waste, that's biodegradable, and dry waste, which will give us materials which can be resold for recycling, etc. Yeah.
And about the waste that are disposable, not recyclable, where are you going to take it further from here?
So the inert waste, so there's a shaft down here where the inert waste is thrown down. The KMC will send a vehicle once a day to pick up the waste and throw it in the dumping grounds of Kohima.
And the rest of the recyclable trash that you have here, where do you further take it from here?
So there is an association of water bottles of manufacturers in Nagaland. So that association has come forward with the initiative to provide us, of course, with 10 volunteers, but also with a vehicle that will come the end of day to pick up these plastics, which they will take back to their factories and recycle and reuse, as is what is sustainable. And also when it comes to the scrap, that is the other metals and cardboards, there are scrap dealers that are based around Kohima that are coming and picking it up, of course, free of cost, and is also something that they can get a profit out of by selling those said materials.
One last question is, last year we also observed that there were needles present among the trash that were disposed of. So is your team using proper, safety measures, whether it be your footwear or maybe your gloves? Are you all using that properly?
One of them is right here. This is very important. Fortunately, we haven't come across any needles as yet, but we do have we also have, in fact, thicker gloves than these that are being used by the segregation unit. This is basically part of the who's picking up the trash bags and etc. So like I said, but we also have sanitary bins that are being placed across the toilets that are there for the sanitary pads, and of course also for diapers. We have come across diapers. So in fact, that's an initiative we just started today, because this is something we came across yesterday, and then we made the decision to add these to the bins, to the toilets. Yeah.
Is there anything in addition that you would like to let our viewers know as well, and also the people watching our channel who are stationed at the Morong, so that they can get more educated about this?
The reason why waste management is so difficult is because you have 10 people putting in a lot of effort to cover for 1,000 people. It becomes much easier when all 1,000 people put a little bit of effort. And I honestly feel, because what we are doing with the dry waste, we are sending the dry waste to a compost site that's been provided to us by the Swachh Bharat mission. This compost will be used to create fertilizer, which will be used again to make our Naga soil green again. And then this is how we will get something back out of that.
Viewers kan moi kan lot itia aro pelenyo juntu zip India bra ase, one of the partners in this waste segregation lade. To IB tailo private kunma pustach kuri lobo to ma'am abunian bra yade waste generate kura do segregate kuri na inya alak kura do na abunian itia takte waste kan do kiman tons nishna segregate kuri na ase.
Itia tak to mohan sa tak to about 1.3 to 1.5 tons to ayase per day.
Sir Rabi Kwanishna abunyan itu bottle plastic baling machine goinas na itu bi kinya function kra aro itu la purpose to ki na itu la koi dimina
itu plastic baling machine kwa do mohan PET bottles, plastic bottles kan tha do. What we do is yate dali dine crush koi de to crush koi ni cube koi dine rakhi de to plastic to.
Acha aro itu crush kra bichi de, where does it go from there?
Na koi ne itu recycling vendors kan aina lilo, and then we give it to recyclers.
Okay. To viewers kan abunyan ba itia dikhiwo panishna ro hunyo panishna moani itia itu waste segregation la unit ya ina se to IB itia workers kan ekjonot khota batchit kuri lobo tai kan bi itu segregation kra de kinya jai ase to la oporde.
Mula naam da ale ase moi zip India company ra ase aro man yate day one wara waste segregation kuri ase aro yate do waste tu pura mix hoine ahawar man yate MRF center yate wara segregate kuri ase dry aro waste segregate kuri ase ita dry khan usually plastic bottles khan cartons khan papers itu khan dry aro weight khan do leftover foods khan etu han ase to manan sob mix kurine dustbin de phela karne man yate bishi dukpa ase etu sob manui man sob jaga de dustbin do rakhine ase duita weight aro dry to sob manui tade etu hisabe bishi balwa.
To viewers kan abunyan bra MD of Zip aro Green Guard laga founder Rabi tan bra detail kwade hunishi aro abunyan bra bi dikhiyo paise ki first and abunyan bra yate waste management do kinya segregate kuri ase or procedure do kiman duk pai gina kuri ase idon sob abunyan ba dikhiyo pai ase to yate manuan ge jani diwole mon jado first place ra abunyan ba dry waste aro wet waste kan do segregate kina philai she kuile moi kan dade kisama de abunyan ahaja kuriam de idon first place ra abunyan segregate kina philai she gule yate moi kan la yate volunteers kan tan kam kuri da itu bi convenient wala hobo aro yate ekta viewers kan ge bi janai dio mon jado last year la Hornbill festival kan ne saina jaise gule sadly moi kan ba notice kra do mananbra needles kan use krina phila labi dikise contaminated with blood idu needles kande to idu ando saina jaishigule idu needle kande pierce krishigule tan ita abnyan ba yade workers kan dikhe nishna do juntu pura mahila hani ase yade to tai khan yade hat mota hobi maiki hobi workers kan no tan idu needle kande pierce krishigule itu tan la health karni bia se aru itikla noy holbi manbra waste philayam de manbra janina philawo lage kuma waste kanu manbra paper noile plastic khande bandigina bi waste to philawole lage itu bi janiwo lage aro manbra abnyanbra yade dikhibo para nishna aro yade pet bottles khan kinya crush korina thanbra itu segregate kori de itu labi abnyanbra dikhibo paise to viewers khan aro public khan kun kisama Hornbill festival de ahi ase tai khan gibi sensitize kori dio munjai ki abunyan bi ekta responsible citizen hobi aro abunyan ki khai ki choi waste to segregate korina philai dibi guna janai di ase itia karone itui se for more news and updates keep watching Global Window. This is Nufo Ayer with video journalist Ari Jinger reporting from Kisama.